point is about the graph, and the next point I will mention domain, codomain and graphs for some standard function. Okay, graph of some y is equals to f of x. If f is a real function from R to R such that the definition f is such that, see, it contains the ordered pairs x comma y such that y is equals to f of x. Okay, f is a function from R to R and it is defined as containing the ordered pairs x comma y such that y is equals to f of x, and which is subset of the Cartesian product, and we know all these things. Okay, and now in this case, if x comma y belongs to the function f, then we need to locate x comma y as a point in coordinate system. I think you are all aware about the coordinate system. Okay, x-axis, horizontal line is the x-axis, vertical line is the y-axis, and their intersection is origin. I think everything you know it, right? So in coordinate plane, I think we all know, for example, if we have a point x comma y here, and if this is the origin, then the distance of the point along x-axis is modulus of x, and the distance of the point along y-axis is modulus of y. So we just locate point x comma y. Depending on its position, we will get the first one x coordinate and y coordinate, positive and negative. It depends on the position of that point. So if x comma y is an ordered pair of the function, then you just locate x comma y as a point in the coordinate system. Okay, so for all x comma y we need to locate like that. Then the shape formed by those points, for all x comma y belongs to f is graph of that particular function. Okay, right, just have a look. What is meant by the graph for y is equals to f of x? If we have y is equals to f of x, a function, that function consists of some ordered pairs x comma y. Taking x and you will get that y. Okay, so the relation between y and x is just simply y is equals to f of x. In such case, you need to locate that x comma y as a point in the coordinate plane. Locate all such x comma y in the coordinate plane, join all those points, and the shape formed by joining all those points is the graph of that particular function. Okay, see, once again, if you think, as I mentioned you, if we have the relation y is equals to f of x, this x is mentioned as what? Independent variable, and this y is considered as dependent variable. Why? Because we have independent chances to take any value in the place of x. Okay, depending on the values of x, we will get the values of y. So by taking the values of x, we just make a table also. You just take some values in the place of x, and at that value you need to calculate the functional value, say it as y. By making this table, easily we will locate these type of ordered pairs, and see, locate all those points in the coordinate plane. If you join all those points, then it forms the graph of that particular function. Okay, I think it is clear, right? Just have a look. I will give you the graphs for some standard functions in the next point. Okay, have a look. So the next point 8, we need to sketch the graphs for some standard functions, as well as we need to identify the domain and range for some standard real function. See, as I mentioned you, it as a real function, the function is from a set A to B, and that A is must a subset of the real numbers, that B is also a subset of real numbers, or you may take that B is equals to R also. Okay, but to call it as a function, clearly it is a relation. Actually there is a connection from the elements A to the elements B. Clearly it is a relation. To say it as a function, we need to check function property. That means every element of the first set has unique correspondence with the elements of second set. For sure there must be a correspondence for every element of the first set to the elements of second set. Okay, so to maintain such relation, we need to find out the set A. We call it as the domain. Okay, as well as range is nothing but the images of the elements of the domain. We call it as the range. Okay, right. Just first of all, you just think about first one. A, f of x is equals to 2020. Y is equals to f of x is equals to 2020. So, for suppose if you have the first set as real numbers and the second set also has real numbers, and there are many numbers here, you may say, and here also we will get different real numbers. Somewhere we have 2020. As per this logic, you may take 0 in this, 1 or 2 by 3 or minus you may say some 100 or minus 70. Like that, there are different numbers in the first set. All those functions are just mapped to 2020 only. Okay, that's the definition of this y is equals to f of x is equals to 2020. So if you analyze it clearly, the domain is simply nothing but all real numbers. Okay, we need to find out the maximum possible subset from the real numbers as a domain for the given function. Once again I am repeating, we need to find out the maximum possible subset for the real numbers to make the given function as a domain. Here the complete real number set is a domain for this function y is equals to f of x is 2020. Whereas if you think about the range in the sense the images of the elements of the first set. See, for every element the image is same. So in this case the range is simply set containing 2020, which is a singleton set. Okay, codomain is another part. Codomain is clearly the second set. No need to mention that. We need to mention domain as well as the range. That's enough. And now after having the domain and range, now the other part of the problem is we need to sketch its graph. So to sketch the graph, what we need to do? To sketch the graph, you just think about it. Yeah. See, f of x is equals to 2020. You see, on x-axis we will take x values, independent variable. On y-axis we will take y values. Okay. You just take x0. x0, the value of y is 2020. So this is 1 point. Or you may take x1. Again the value is 2020. x2, the value is 2020. x3, the value is 2020. x minus 2, the value is 2020. For every real value on the x-axis, for every real value of the domain, for every real value on the horizontal line, the correspondence, the image must be at 2020. So for all the points, the image at 2020, so if you join all those points, it forms a straight line parallel to x-axis, and that's the graph for y is equals to f of x is equals to 2020. Just have a look. This is something about the first function. For the first function, y is equals to f of x is equals to 2020. Domain is the total real numbers. Range is the singleton set containing 2020. And using those two, we just took the rough sketch for the graph. Okay, just on the board or on your white paper, just we are sketching the rough graphs. Okay, for an exact graph, you need to use graph sheet along with the ruler. Okay, right. This is something about the first function. I am erasing it and then I move for the second one. Y is equals to f of x is equals to x. Okay, right. So the first one is okay. Then the second one B, which is simply what y is equals to f of x is equals to x. So y is equals to f of x is equals to x. What you say about it? Yeah, as per the discussion, the first set is the real numbers and the second set is also the real numbers. The definition of the function is y is equals to x. Take any number here like 17, it just maps to 17 only. And here you may say some minus 13 by 4, it just maps to minus 13 by 4 only. 0, you have to connect 0 to 0 only. Like that the connections are there, the correspondences are there from the elements of first set to the elements of second set. So in this case, what you say about domain? For every element of the first set, there is a correspondence with the elements of second set. So the domain is all the real numbers. Then what you say about the range? For this function in particular, the range is also the same element. Okay, every element is just connected to the same, so range is also the total set of real numbers here. So for this function, y is equals to f of x is equals to x, domain is the real numbers, range also real numbers. So the inputs for y is equals to f of x, inputs are just nothing but the domain, outputs are just nothing but range. Okay, here in particular the inputs are total real numbers, outputs are also total real numbers. x0, y0, this is the point. x1, y1, this is the point. If you say x2 and y2, this is the point. x minus 1, you need to connect that minus 1 to minus 1 only. This is the point. So after locating the points which are satisfied by this particular relation, if you join all those points, the shape formed by joining those points is the graph, and here again the graph is a straight line. For this y is equals to f of x is equals to x. For every standard function, you need to memorize the domain, range, as well as rough sketch of the graph. Okay, that's the second one. Then coming to the third one, y is equals to f of x is equals to 3x plus 2. Y is equals to f of x is equals to 3x plus 2 in the sense, yeah, if you take any value in the place of x, it generates the value of y. As we know, y is dependent on x. Okay, so x and y, you just take some values in the place of x, like minus 1, 0, 1, 2, like that. If you take x as minus 1, then what to say about y value? If you take x as minus 1, y is again minus 1. If you take x as 2, y is again 2. If x is 1, the value of y is 5. If x is 2, the value of y is 3. 2, 6 plus 2 is 8. Okay, likewise, we just construct many possible x comma y. So as you discuss, as you think in this such a way, what you say about the domain? The domain is simply all real numbers. Okay, so every real number has a unique correspondence. You just say any real number, replace that real number in the place of x, it generates y. Okay, so for this particular function, the domain is all real numbers, whereas range is also all real numbers. There are some special functions where we need to eliminate some elements of the first set. Okay, or otherwise we can't get that connection. Okay, just have a look. So for the function y is equals to f of x is equals to 3x plus 2. Okay, domain is all the real numbers and range is also all the real numbers. The graph looks like a straight line. See, when you observe this b and c, we can make a generalization. If you have a function y is equals to some ax plus b, look at this, y is equals to some ax plus b. For all the functions of this format, domain is all real numbers, range is also all real numbers, and the graph is just like a straight line. Here in particular I mentioned 2 examples. But in generally, if you take any function of the form ax plus b, it's a straight line, and domain and range are all the real numbers. Okay. Then coming to the next functions, you just have a look here. D, y is equals to f of x is equals to 1 by x. For f of x is equals to 1 by x. If you take 0 in the place of x, the result is not defined, and that's why we will take the domain of this function is all real numbers minus 0. And the next thing, what you say about range? Just take different values in the place of x, you will get different real numbers, but you won't get 0 at any time, because to make a 0 we need to take infinity in the place of x, but infinity is not there in real numbers, so you won't get 0 also as an answer. So domain is real numbers minus 0, range is also real numbers minus 0. When you wish to sketch a rough graph for this, okay, just think about it. When you rise x values, the value goes on decreases, because x, if it is infinity, actually infinity I don't know. If it is infinity, the value is 0. That means if x becomes larger and larger, the value becomes smaller and smaller. At x is equals to 1, function is 1. So when you think in the positive region, the graph looks like this. Okay. When you goes on increasing the values of x, the graph get closer and closer to x-axis. When you goes on decrease the x values towards 0, the graph gets closer and closer to x-axis. For positive values, the graph is like this. Whereas for negative values of x, Again, if you think at minus 1, you need to take minus 1 and the graph moves like this. So, for y is equals to 1 by x, f of x is equals to 1 by x, the graph is piecewise. We have two pieces of graphs. We call it as a piecewise graph, okay, not continuous graph. We call it as piecewise graph, and the graph looks like this, okay. When you decrease the x values towards infinity, the graph gets closer to x axis, but it won't touches that axis, okay. When you decrease as well as when you decrease the x values and make towards 0, the graph goes on decreases, okay. You just look at this. This is the graph of 1 by x and domain and range, okay. You need to memorize all these things. I am erasing this to discuss f of x is equals to x square, okay. Just have a look. This is about 1 by x, right. And the next thing is f of x is equals to x square. I think you are all familiar with that. F of x is equal to x square in quadratic. For this function, domain is all real numbers. You just take any real number in the place of x, no problem. Always you will get an answer. Whereas if you think about the range, you won't get a negative number. X square, something square is always positive or 0. So that's why range is positive real numbers union 0. That is the range. Positive real numbers union 0. Or you may say non-negative integers. Whereas coming to the sketch the graph, see, x is equals to 1, answer is 1. X is equals to minus 1, still answer is 1. If x is equals to 2, the result is 4. And if x is equals to minus 2, still the result is 4. X is equals to 0, y is equals to 0. If you sketch the graph just looks like this upward parabola. You already learnt about it in quadratic, but just here I am giving the domain, range and the rough sketch of the graph. For y is equals to x square or f of x is equals to x square, domain is all the real values, range is the positive real along with 0, and the rough sketch of the graph is this, okay. And the next thing is f of x is equals to x cube. Then for f of x is equals to x cube, okay, you just have a look. F for f of x is equals to x cube. For x cube, domain is all the real numbers. Range is also all the real numbers, no problem, okay. See, take any value and then just cube it, you will get the answer. Whereas if you wish to sketch the graph, for f of x is equals to x cube, x0, f of x is 0, x1, f of x is 1, x minus 1, f of x is minus 1. So if you sketch the graph, actually the graph just looks like this, okay. You just have a look. This is the rough sketch of the graph. F of x is equals to x square and x cube. And for f of x is equals to x cube, domain is all the real values, range is also all the real values, okay. Just have a look. All real values. You just take any real number in the place of x, no problem. For sure the answer will exist. Whereas coming to the range is, see, just think about it. If you take 1, the value is 2. If you take 2, the value 2 square is 4. If you take 3, the value 2 cube is 8. Okay, we are thinking about 2 power x. Okay, just pay attention on this. Okay, and for suppose if you take x is equals to 0, the value is 1. And if you take x is equals to minus 1, what will happen? If you think about all these things, at x is equals to 0, y is equals to 0. At x is equals to 1, y is equals to 2. Okay, if you replace x with 1, you get it as 2. If you replace x with 0, your y value is 1. And if you replace x with 2, 2 power 2 is 4 and your corresponding y value is 4. Okay, so if it is 3, it is 2 cube 8. Whereas if you replace minus 1 in the place of x, 2 power minus 1 is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is a number which is in between 0 and 1, somewhere you will get here. And if you replace with minus 2, you will get 1 by 4. See, like that if you continue, the graph of y is equals to 2 power x. If we join all these points, you will get the graph like this. At x is equals to 0, it is 1, right? If you replace x with 0, you will get as the point is 1. Just think about it. This is the rough sketch of the graph y is equals to 2 power x. Take any negative number in the place of x or positive number in the place of x. Always the result is only positive. Okay, and that's why since all the results are only positive, that's why the range of this is r plus positive real numbers. Okay, domain for y is equals to 2 power x is real numbers, range is positive real numbers, and the rough sketch of the graph will be like this. This is just for 2 power x. In the similar way, you can draw for 3 power x, 4 power x, 5 power x, and anything. Okay, so this is the rough sketch for 2 power x. And then the next thing is h, which is f of x is equals to log x base 2. Then think about it. What is the sketch of the graph and what is domain, range? We know that from the basic definition of log x base 2, what is the domain and what is the range. See, to define a logarithm for a real number, that number must be positive. So clearly x belongs to R. Okay. See, for log x base 2, domain is all the real values. Is it right? No. See, logarithm exists only for positive real numbers. So the domain is only positive reals. Even 0 is also not acceptable in the place of x. Log 0 base 2 is also not defined. Okay, we are now concentrating on log x base 2. Okay, if x is 0, it won't exist. If x is negative, the result logarithm is not defined there. For positive reals, it exists. So the domain is positive reals, whereas range may be all reals. Okay, range is any real number. See, if you wish to sketch the graph, see, since x is not acceptable, see, x can't accept this negative values, so graph is not there in the negative region of x. If x is equals to -1, graph is not defined, logarithm value is not defined, graph won't exist. If x is -2, logarithm is not defined, the graph won't exist. If x is equals to 0, still graph won't exist. If x is equals to 1, yes, log 1 base 2 is 0, so if x is equals to 1, your answer is 0. So that's one particular point. If x is equals to 2, log 2 base 2 is 1, that is 1 point. Whereas if you goes on like that, you have 3, you have 4. If x is equals to 4, log 4 base 2 is 2, so this is one such point. Whereas if you take some 1 by 2 in the place of x, just think about it. Log 1 by 2 base 2. I think you all know about logarithms. Log 1 by 2 base 2, it results as -1. So at 1 by 2, you need to look at this point. Okay, x y 1 by 2 and y value -1. In the same way, if you take x is equals to 1 by 4, okay, we need to make a table with x and y values. So then at x is equals to 1 by 4, the value is -1 by 2. So if you observe, the graph will be in such a manner actually. Okay, just here we are sketching the rough graphs actually, right? Yeah, it goes on increasing. If you raise the values of x, it goes on increasing. If you decrease the values of x towards 0, the graph goes on decreasing, but the graph almost together this axis, but it never touches or intersects this y-axis. So this is the rough sketch for log x base 2, and the domain is positive real numbers, range is all reals. Okay, you need to memorize the domains and ranges of all these standard functions along with their rough sketches. Everything is very important in solving different problems, not only in functions, also in limits, derivatives, and integration, and everywhere we need these sketches and the concept related to this domain and range. Okay, so the next thing is what? F of x is equals to root x. So just think about it. F of x is equals to root x now. So y is equals to root x. What you say about its domain and range. You just think about it. Is there any possibility to find square root for the negative numbers? See, root of -2 won't exist. Root of -3 never exists. So root 0 exists. So the domain is all positive real numbers along with 0. Whereas the range is again also all positive real numbers along with 0. X can't take any negative number, as well as it won't gives you a negative number. When you wish to sketch the graph will be like this actually. So x0, take x0, root 0 is 0. If x is equals to 1, root 1 is 1. 2, 3, 4. If x is equals to 4, then the value of y is 2. Okay, so if you sketch the graph, actually the shape will be like this. Okay, rough sketch I will give you. The shape will be actually like this. So 1, 1, okay, 4, 2. Since we are taking some if you take the numbers with equal spaces, the rough sketch will be like this. Okay, fine. You just think about it. This is the graph for y is equals to root x. It lies only in first quadrant. Why? Because the possible values for x are positive, as well as the results are also positive. X positive, y positive. It happens only in first quadrant. So the graph completely lies in first quadrant. You can't get a graph shape in the second, third and fourth quadrants. This is the sketch of the f of x is equals to root x. Okay. And the next thing is what? F of x is equals to modulus of x. I think you all know about the basic definition of the mod x. Otherwise, I will give you once the definition and then I move for the domain and range. Okay. You just look there. F of x is equals to modulus of x. What is its definition? Once again, if you just look there, modulus of x is x if x is positive. Modulus of x is 0 if x is equals to 0. Modulus of x is minus x if x is a negative number. That's the basic definition. Okay. If you give a negative number for x, it multiplies that negative number with minus sign and result is always positive. Modulus of minus 3 is minus of minus 3 plus 3, which is positive. Modulus of 4 which is positive. The outputs are always positive. But what you say about the inputs, what you say about the x values, the x values may be any reals, but the result is always positive. If your input is 0 for x, then your output is also 0 for y. So then in this case we say that domain as well as range. Domain for this modulus of x is r, as well as the range is r plus union 0. You just take any real number in the place of x, but always you will get a positive real number or 0 for y. When you sketch the graph, you just think about it. See, domain is real numbers, so x may be any real number. Range is positive reals union 0. That in the sense y value is positive. So since y is positive, graph completely lies in the positive region of y. We don't get a graph in the negative region. x0, y0, x1, y1, x minus 1, y minus 1, x2, you just think about it. x2, take x is equals to 2, y2. If x is equals to minus 2, again modulus of minus 2 is 2, right? So if you join all these points, you will get an exact V shape for this modulus of x. Whereas for x square, already we discussed that graph. For x square, the graph is U shape. Whereas for modulus of x, the graph is V shape. And the domain is real numbers and the range is positive reals union 0. So this is the rough sketch for the modulus of x. Okay, have a look. I will erase it and then I will discuss step x. The next thing is what? Step x. So what is the definition of step x? See, this square brackets containing x is usually called as step x. Okay. So the basic definition of step x, you just look there. Now the graph is f of x is equals to step x, and that step x can be defined as n if x is a number which is in between n and n plus 1. You just take any real number which is in between the two consecutive integers n and n plus 1, then its step value is always n. Okay. So for suppose if you take 2.7, 2.7 is a number which is in between 2 and 3, so its result is 2. Okay. For suppose if you take minus 3.5, minus 3.5 is a number which is in between minus 3 and minus 4. Okay. Pay your attention here. It is in between minus 3 and minus 4. So, but not in between minus 3 and minus 2. Okay. Since it is in between minus 4 and minus 3, your answer is minus 4. Okay, minus 4 is the smaller integer, okay, among those two consecutive integers, and your answer is minus 4. Whereas for the integral values, step of 7 is directly 7 only. Step of 0 is 0 only. So the basic definition of the step x is n if n is a number which is in between n and n plus 1. You just observe for 2.7 the result is 2. For minus 3.5 the result is minus 4. For 7 it is 7. For 0 it is 0. When you observe all these answers, these outputs are the y values and all these y values are just what? Integers. Whereas if you observe these x values, your inputs, the inputs may be any real number. Okay. For suppose you may take what is the step of root 2. Root 2 is also possible, right? In the place of x. See, root 2 is approximately 1.4 something. It is in between 1 and 2. Then your step value is 1. Okay. Just have a look. This is the basic definition of the step. So with this idea, we will conclude that the domain of this f of x is equals to step x is all real numbers. Whereas when you think about the range is what? Only integers. Range is what? Only integers. Step x value is always an integer, and that's why the range is an integer. So that is domain and this is range for f of x is equals to step x. And then now we need to sketch the graph for y is equals to step x. You just memorize this domain and range, and I am erasing this to sketch the graph of f of x is equals to step x. Okay, you need to maintain your notes for everything, right? Yeah. Then see, just look there. Sketching the graph is simply like this. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, okay, and here 1, 2, 3, and then minus 1, minus 2, minus 1, minus 2. You just think about it. Since we are trying to sketch the graph, see, if you take a number which is in between 1 and 2, what I am saying, if you take a number which is in between 1 and 2, its step value is 1. For 1.1, step value is 1. For 1.2, step value is 2. If your x values are in between 1 and 2, the answers are 1. If your inputs are in between 1 and 2, your answers are at 1. So the graph is like this. For 1, your answer is 1. So it's like this. At 2, it is 2. So you need to take a open circle like this. And for 2, your answer is 2. So 2, x2, y2. And x is a number between 2 and 3, but y is 2 only. Again, you have the graph like this. At 3, you need to jump to 3, okay? At 3, it is 3. So, in between 3 and 4, the graph is at 3. And for suppose if your x values are in between 0 and 1, see 0.5, the step value is 0 itself. For the numbers which are in between 0 and 1, step value is still 0. So the graph will be like this. For the numbers which are in between minus 1 and 0, so your answer is minus 1. So the graph will be like this. For the numbers which are in between minus 2 and minus 1, your step value is minus 2. For minus 2, it is minus 2. And for the numbers between minus 2 and minus 1, again it is minus 2. But at minus 1, it jumps to minus 1. So open circle. See, just look the graph. The graph is the green color part, which is just like steps, okay? And that's why we call it as step function. And we also call it as greatest integer function by this particular definition, okay? This is step function or greatest integer function denoted by this square brackets of x. This is the graph, and as I mentioned you, the domain is what? All x values, all real numbers. But whereas coming to the range, see, look the graph. The graph is there at 0. The graph is there at 1. The graph is there at 2. In between this 1 and 2, 2 and 3, there is no graph. Empty space is there, right? So that's why the range is just 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2. The range is only integers, okay? Just have a look. And then I will sketch the next graphs. So the next one is y is equals to f of x is equals to this curly braces of x. We call it as fractional part of x, okay? This fractional part of x just gives us the decimal value of x or the fractional value of x, okay? For suppose if you take something like a fractional part of 3.7. So in the bracket you just write the 3.7 as 3 plus 0.7, and the fractional part of this 3 plus 0.7 is 0.7. Whereas for the step function, step x, we are considering that 3 as its answer, its output. For here its output is 0.7. Your input is any real number, but your output is what? The decimal part of the value. Just like if after expressing it as an integer plus decimal value, that decimal value is your answer. For suppose if I say 7.372, you just think about it. We just write it like 7 plus 0.372, and its fractional value is 0.372. Okay. For suppose if I have a fractional value of 19. See, in this 19 there is no decimal part. Okay. So you just write that 19 as 19 plus 0. Your answer is what? 0, because there is no decimal part here. Whereas if you have minus 1.3, what to say about its fractional value? Here you need to pay some concentration, right? This minus 1.3, you just express that minus 1.3 as an integer plus what? Plus a decimal number. That in the sense, you just take like this, minus 2 plus 0.7. Always you need to use plus sign only. Okay, don't write it as a minus 1 minus 0.3, right? Since we have to mention by using plus sign. Minus 1.3 is simply minus 2 plus 0.7, and its fractional value is 0.7. So this is the way of expressing the fractional values. For suppose if it is not 1.3, if it is 1.2, then you need to take here minus 2 plus 0.8, and its fractional value is 0.8. Always, if you express the number in this format, the fractional part of x is in between 0 and 1 only. You can't get a value which is more than 1 and which is less than 0. Okay? Right. So with this complete idea, one thing is very clear, that the outputs for the fractional part of x are always in between 0 and 1. And that's why here the range is in between 0 and 1, whereas the domain, you just take any real number in the place of x. So the domain is all the real numbers, whereas the range is just in between 0 and 1. Just have a look, and then we are going to sketch the graph for the fractional part of x. So now the graph for fractional part of x. See, if you take a number which is in between 0 and 1, like 0.10, for 0.1 the fractional part itself is 0.1, because the decimal part is 0.1 only, right? So if you take a number which is in between 0 to 1, for 0 the fractional part is 0, in between 0 and 1 the graph like this, at 1 again it is 0. Okay, see what to say about the fractional part of 1. For integers it is 0, right, because there is no decimal part. So at 1 we have that this, and in between 0 and 1 the graph will be like this. Again in between 1 and 2 the graph starts at 1, it goes on like this. At 2 we need to indicate by open circle, because fractional part of 2 is again 0. 2.1 is 0.1, 2.2 is 0.2, 2.5 is 0.5, 2.9 is 0.9. At 3 again 0, so at 3 open circle there, close dot here. Okay, again in between minus 1 to 0 also, at minus 1 the fractional part is 0 itself. So if you change the values of x in between minus 1 to 0, the graph will be like this. Okay, in between minus 2 and 0 the graph will be like this. So everywhere in the interval of 1 unit the graph shape is same. Okay, all these lines are parallel and they have same length also. Okay, right, just have a look. This is the graph for the fractional part of x. As we discussed, the domain for this fractional part of x is all real numbers, whereas range, just observe the graph, there is no graph after this 1, there is no graph before this 0. That's why we say that the range is in between 0 and 1, whereas 0 is included but 1 is also excluded. So the range is in between 0 and 1, whereas the domain is all the real numbers. And this is the sketch for fractional part of x. Have a look. So the next function is modulus of x by x. See, if you take a positive number in the place of x, like 3 or 4 or 5, if you take 5, modulus of 5 by 5. Modulus of 5 is 5 by 5, it gives us 1. Okay. But whereas if you take negative number, for suppose if you take a modulus of minus 7, modulus of minus 7 by minus 7, modulus of minus 7 is 7 divided by minus 7, it is minus 1, right? So for the negative numbers the result is minus 1, whereas the positive numbers the result is 1. So again it has three different outputs you will get, okay? One, just if x is positive, minus 1 if x is negative, okay, and it is not defined at x is equals to 0. Take any positive real number in the place of x, the output is 1, and take any negative real number as an input in the place of x, your output is minus 1, okay. You just treat it like a mission, okay. Then if you wish to sketch the graph, see this is 0, this is 1, this is minus 1. For all the numbers in the positive region of x, your graph, your answer, your output is just 1 only, right? So at 0, it is not 1. So only at 0, you just take a open circle. From there, you just indicate a line. For all these x values, your answer is 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 5.5, 1, like that. And for all the negative x, for all the negative inputs, again the value is minus 1 only. At 0 it is not defined, right? So at 0 take an open circle and you just indicate like this. For x is equals to minus 7, your answer is minus 1. X is equals to minus 2020, still your answer is minus 1. For all the negative real numbers, your answer is minus 1. So this is just the rough sketch for mod x by x, and that's the definition of mod x by x. Have a look. So these are different functions, and we are just mentioning the domain, range and the rough sketches of the graphs. Whereas when coming for this particular modulus of x by x, you just think about it. What to say about the domain? The domain is all the real numbers minus 0. Why? Because if you take 0 in the place of x, 0 by 0 is not there in maths, so you have to eliminate that. And if you think about the range, what you say about the range? The range is just contains only two numbers, 1 and minus 1. It's a two elemented set, 1 and minus 1. For every input of the positive real, your output is 1. For every negative input, your output is minus 1. So the range contains only two elements, which are 1 and minus 1, whereas the domain is all real numbers minus 0. Okay, have a look. Next one, n. See, in m we defined about modulus of x by x, okay, but in n I am giving SGN of x. SGN of x means we call it as signature function of x, okay. This signature function of x has a special definition. You just look there. This signature function of x is simply nothing but this signature function of x is 0 if x is 0, and this is equals to modulus of x by x if x is not equals to 0. Okay, what I am going to tell you is this signature function of x has two definitions actually. Okay, two definitions in the sense in two regions we will define separately. This signature function of x is 0 if x is not equals to 0, and it is modulus of x by x if if x is equals to 0, and it is modulus of x by x if x is not equals to 0. Since it is modulus of x by x if x is not equals to 0, it is 1 if x is greater than 0. It is minus 1 if x is less than 0. See, just observe the difference between that n and this m and n. In m, it is mod x by x, and that's why at 0 there is no definition. So to correct it, we constructed a new function. We call it as signature function of x. It has some specific importance in mathematics, and that's why we are giving a separate name as signature function of x. And that signature function of x is just equals to mod x by x only if x is not equals to 0. But if x is equals to 0, it gives us 0. So in this case, for this signature function of x, the domain is simply nothing but all the real numbers. Why? Because now there is a chance to take 0 in the place of x. See, what is the signature of 0? Directly its answer is 0 by that definition. And what you say about the range? See, if x is 0, your answer is 0. If x is a positive number, your answer is 1. If x is a negative number, your answer is minus 1. So the range contains 1, minus 1 and 0. Then whereas coming to the graph, already we sketched it for x positive and x negative region. Whereas if x is equals to 0, your answer is also 0. So you need to shade the green color dot here. Okay. So now this is the graph for signature function of x. There is a small difference between that signature function of x and mod x by x. For mod x by x, at x is equals to 0, no value we have. For this we have a value again 0 at x is equals to 0. You just observe the difference and then think about it. This is signature function of x. The domain is all the reals. Range contains 3 elements now, 0, 1 and minus 1. The graph is like this. Okay? Right. Right, I am erasing this. And the next thing is O. Right? We are discussing domain and range and the sketch of the graph for the basic standard functions. Okay? Among those we started A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, like that we are discussing, and now we are at O. Okay? You just think about it, that O is somewhat a special function, special relation between x and f of x. You just look there, yeah, there is no direct relation between x and f of x, but x and f of x are connected with this particular relation. X minus 2 whole square plus f of x minus 3 whole square. So if this is the graph, what you say about the domain, what you say about the range. Range is simply the value, functional value f of x. Okay, domain is simply the possible values for x. That's what we need to think. You just think about it. See, the sum of these two squares is 0. Since the sum of these two squares is 0, from the basic concept of identity, it is very clear that f of x is equals to 2 and f of x is equals to 3. This is only one and only one possible point which satisfies this particular relation. See, if you take x is equals to 2 and f of x is equals to 3, then only the sum of these two is 0. In all the other cases, you won't get 0. Okay, just memorize it. So for this function, if you think about domain, domain is just one number which is 2. Whereas range is again just one number which is singleton 3. Whereas if you wish to sketch the graph also contains only one number. Okay, x2, y3, corresponding to that x2 and y3, there is only one point which is 2, 3. That single point is the graph. We call it as single pointed graphs. Okay, just look there. You just take any number in the place of x other than 2 and any number in the place of f of x other than 3. You won't get that 0. See, the definition is like this. So this is the relation between x and f of x whose result is a single point. Okay, this is something about O. Okay, and from there, after that O, in P, Q, R, S, T, like that, we need to discuss domain, ranges and the rough sketches for trigonometric functions. Okay, sin x, cos x, tan x and everything. I think you all learnt about trigonometry in your previous classes. You just revise domain, range and rough sketches of those trigonometric functions. Okay, I will just give you a table in the next class related to this domain, range of this trigonometric functions. Okay, just have a look.